What's up, y'all? We are back with Mock Draft 3.0, man. And we're going to get right into it right off the bat, man. And this is post combine. So we have all sorts of new measurements and athleticism, agility, strength testing for these players and prospects. And so we have a lot better look of what we can expect to see from them at the next level. What kind of things are going to drop stocks of players and raise stocks of other players, man? There's a bunch of things to think about here. So we're going to start. Once again, every time I'm doing these, I'm trying to add a different perspective into this and really just change up every time, see what other options are available here. And so, first off, we see Jalen Carter, CJ Stroud, Will Anderson, Bryce Young. Off the board, they're gone. And so, man, pick 5, we're sitting here. And honestly, this is one I'm going to go with the chalk pick of Tyree Wilson. Personally, I don't super want Tyree Wilson, if I'm being honest. That's not my guy personally. He's a good player. He's a good player. Insane measurables, pretty freaky athlete. I think he's going to go high. I think he's a top 5 player as far as he's going to get drafted top 5. I don't love the value, but I'm going to take him here because I think that this is a very realistic possibility. I'm trying to throw all sorts of different possibilities out there so you guys can see different players and ideas. So we're not going to trade back in this hypothetical. We're sticking at 5, and we are taking Tyree Wilson, who is a big player, freaky, could make an instant impact on our team. But I think realistically, he's going to need to develop and grow into a more dominant player into his frame. But here at pick 20, last time I did Kalijah Cansey, great player. Before that, I did Zay Flowers, another great player. Love a lot of these guys. But here, we're going to change it up a little. We got Tyree Wilson first pick. Could go Kansas here. Not going to do that. That would be a great pick, though. Lucas Van Ness, also a good guy, but not going to take him because we just got Tyree Wilson. Dalton Kincaid, don't need tight end. Deontay Banks out of Maryland, corner, fits the bill of what we do need, in my opinion, which we need a second corner. We need a guy that can really lock up Deontay Banks, freak athlete, measured and ran a 4.35. Big, strong, fast, good coverage. I think he's a great pick here. And so I'm going to take him at 20. And this is just a different idea. There's all sorts of things. We could go wide receiver. We could go back into the box at D-line again. We could trade back again. We could take some O-line. I think corner's the pick here. So I'm taking him. And then we're going to keep rolling. All right, we are back on the board at 37, man. And here's what we're looking at. We got a lot of options here, man. Darren Henley's a pick I don't mind. I did him before. Josh Downs, I've also picked him before at this spot. But we're going to throw a little complete curveball in here. Let's see. I'm going to look at this board. What do we got around this range? What do you think we can realistically get? I think, man, I'm going to throw a major curveball, and I got Dalen Henley last time. I'm going to take a guard in Steve Avila, a guy that I think is very, very talented and could grow into a starting. Oh, I think he'd start for us at one of the guard spots. And he also has experience at center too. So he's versatile. He could play either center or guard. And so if we want him at center, we could throw him there and take care of that issue. Or we could put him at guard and have him compete with Phil Haynes. I think Steve Avila would probably pick that up, but I honestly think we might play him at center. But truthfully, to me, he's just the best offensive lineman on the board. That's why I'm taking him here. He can play either position, and whatever we think we need, he's going to fill. So, boom, taking a center / guard, Steve Avila. So remember that he played at both positions in college, and he could fill either one of those needs for us. That's a huge pick for me. No, again, I mentioned that we need wide receiver, Josh Downs. I got that same player last time. So again, I'm going to change it up, but again, if this was hypothetical, I'm probably picking Josh Downs here. So again, we're going to move down. We're going to keep changing things up here. We have Luke Weipler, a center available here, who in this instance, we could pick Luke Weipler, move Avila over to guard, and have a completely kind of reset O-line where we're thinking the only guy that we have that could be changing is Damian Lewis because his rookie deal will be up after this season. However, these are just things to think about. I'm actually going to take Jack Campbell here because I think we need linebacker help desperately. Down Henley, again, I would pick him, but I'm changing things up. Jack Campbell, 6'5", like 245 about. I don't know his exact weight from the combine, but big dude. He's fast enough. He's a 4.6 kind of guy. He's not freaky athletic in that sense, but he's mega quick. His 3-cone was easily the fastest in this draft class, and for the linebacker position, and he's a very quick athlete. He's mega athletic enough to fill any of these positional needs, and he's going to be who I pick here, man. Luke Weipler, again, something to consider. Then we'd have the whole line reassured and set up. But again, I'm just mentioning different ideas. I'm going to take Campbell because we don't have a linebacker that's starting caliber under contract right now, and I think we need one. He's our player. He's starting. He's a freak. Very good, solid player. Love it. Moving on to the third round, man. What we got here? We got Tank Dell. Good wide receiver. Solid little kind of gadgety guy. He's not who I love here, but I might end up taking him. We'll see. We'll see. Sidney Brown, another guy. This is kind of just how the board fell to us. Keanu Bennon's a guy I actually really like too. So yeah, I'm looking at this board, dude. Keanu Ben's what I'm gonna do, man. Bang. Keanu Ben. Yeah. He's a good nose tackle for us who will come in and instantly start and be a prominent run defender, and also has some limited pass rush ability. But again, he's in there to help us stop the run, which, as everyone watching this probably knows, was a huge issue for us. Strip our D line right off the bat. No brainer. Once I saw him on the board, it just took me a second to kind of register it all together. But Keanu Ben, great player, dude. I think you're gonna love him on the Seahawks if we get him there. All right. Next up, we're at pick 122. And we got a lot of options here, man. Now, I'm tempted to double dip into the linebacker pool because Dorian Williams is more of a kind of cover linebacker guy, whereas Jack Campbell, he actually can cover pretty well, but he'll be kind of our true Mike backer. We could reset this whole linebacker room because Jordan Brooks is going to be injured. He's not going to be playing for a good amount of this season, and he's in his last deal on the rookie deal. So we might be losing him the year after if we don't want to pay him. And so you never know what's going to happen there. Dorian Williams, a guy ran a 4.49 and 40, quick guy, but also has decent size to him, decent frame at least. He's only about 230, but I think he's like 6'2". Big enough size, maybe 6'1", and tall enough, wide enough, lanky enough. He could hold some more weight, I think. But again, at the highest size right now, he'd be a guy that'd probably start for us this year. Could cover, run around, and hold things together for us there. But what I'm actually going to address right now, I'm going to take Michael Wilson, the wide receiver. I think great value here, round 4. I think he comes in and kind of helps us solidify the wide receiver 3 spot. Him and Derek Young will be guys that are kind of competing for reps in that area. Maybe Marquise Goodwin if we get back, but we just need wide receiver depth, and I think he's the pick there, man. All right, loading up to pick 153. Man, Dwayne McBride. Dorian Williams is still here. Look at that. He fell right in our lap there, actually. Kobe Turner's another D lineman I'd consider taking if I'm being honest here because he's a great player. But in my head, I don't know if he'd be available here. But he could also come contribute to our rotation because we need to kind of blow up our box and get new players in. Dorian Williams, another guy that's also, again, strong in my mind. I just talked about him, but I think I'm going to leave it to one linebacker for this draft class. And what we're going to do is we are going to double dip back into the D-line game. Moro Jomo is also on the board, but I like Kobe Turner better personally, and I know more about him. And so I'm going to pick him there, and he's going to come in and instantly be another one of our interior D linemen. He's going to be in that rotation. Now, this does not conflict with Keanu Benton, just to clarify. Keanu Benton will be our nose tackle, and Kobe Turner would be one of our ends in our 3-4 scheme. And so he would be in there, and then we'd have Cheney Nwosu, Darrell Taylor, Boye Mafe, kind of guys on the edge around those guys. So just clarifying, these guys can both be on the field at the same time. This is not double stacking at the same position and limiting how much output they can put on our team. These guys can both play on the field at the same time and instantly help our entire D-line package. So keep that in mind as I'm saying this stuff. They're not the exact same position, even though they're both listed as D-line here. So just keep that in mind as we're going through this, man. All right, pick 156. Could go running back. Could go linebacker again. That's just not what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for something a little different, man. We're gonna keep moving around. See what sticks to me, man. What stands out? Dwayne McBride. Truthfully, I do not have enough profile on him myself to know exactly his stats and his profile overall per se. But let's see. Look in here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything there because again, I don't know the player well enough to be talking about him, in my opinion. But what I can say is that I know I said I'm not going to double dip at linebacker, So I lied, man. I think linebacker's a big enough need, and truthfully, we fell to the board where it just didn't land in our lap the way that I wanted it to. However, he's a position of need, and worst case, he's a depth player. We're in round 5. We're getting value on a guy who can come in and contribute for our team right away, I think, at least while Jordan Brooks is out. But worst case is a special team guy who can make an instant impact there, be a depth player in case of injuries. I like this pick. It's not bad. I wanted to try something different, but I think, Dorian Williams, I don't think I've drafted him in a different mock draft. So keep that in consideration. I think that's solid. Again, there's other options I'd have liked to fall to me, but they just didn't fall in my lap. And so you can only play at the board you're given. And so that's what I'm trying to do here, man. Keaton Mitchell. Ooh, that's an interesting thing, dude. He actually balled out at the combine. He really did. He really played well. He ran a 4.37, I think, if I remember correctly. Explosive, dude. He was like top 2 in like 3 different in his 10-yard split, his 40, and it might have been the broad jump at the running back position. Dude was very, very athletic and explosive. But obviously we have Kenneth Walker. I don't think we need another explosive back. If I were to draft a running back to be his back, his kind of 1-2 guy, it would be a bigger guy like Eric Gray, which I would consider here. I'm just kind of looking around and picking guys that I think would be interesting. Juice Scruggs, again, would be kind of an interesting prospect. Again, similarly to when I talked about Luke Weipler, about having a second center, another center in there to move Avila over to guard and then have a center who can play. But I think right now, that's an interesting option. I'm actually going to do that. I've gone Juice Scruggs before. He's a good player. He's going to come in and he'll either start a center while Avila guard or Avila will start a center, and Scruggs will be a backup because again, he's a 6th-round player. We're not drafting a guy to be a superstar. He's either going to start for a bit or be a backup. I don't see him being a longer-term solution at center, but I think he could be a player in this late rounds that is a depth alignment for us. So that's going to complete the draft, man. I know I was kind of bouncing on my thoughts here, but I just want you guys to really see the process of how I'm looking at it, how I'm seeing the draft board, how it's falling, and how you kind of just deal with how it falls to you. I didn't do any trades in this one because I wanted to just keep it simple and sit there. But post-combine, it did change some things, man. There's a lot more quarterbacks ranked up high, and so that changes who falls different places. I think it helps with the value we get at 20, honestly. Helps with the value we could get at 5 for trades, especially. That's the main thing that impacts from this combine, in my opinion. But once again, I just want y'all to see what I'm looking at here, and I think that's overall the deal, man. So I'm hoping for. Sorry, this is taking a minute to load, but eventually we'll get this to pop up, and I will go over the summary. And if not, I will just start talking about the guys I ended up getting. Yeah, it's not long, so I'm just gonna start going through, man. Okay, once again, to summarize round 1, pick 5, we got Tyree Wilson, a big edge guy who can come in and instantly start for our team, man. Make an impact play, be an impact player in our front 7. Again, pick 20, we went with a different route, and we ended up getting our guy, our corner out of Maryland there to play for us and be an instant corner 2 for our roster, man. And that's an instant impact player for us. It helps our team get better. I think that's what matters the most, honestly. Then we go to round 2, pick a 37 off the top of my head, man. What do we end up getting there? What do we end up getting at 37? Oh, that's right. We got Steve Avila, guard out of TCU, also could play center once again. So he might play center for us, might play guard. There's versatility there. You got to love a guy who can play all 3 positions on the interior line. So injuries or different scenarios come up, he can move in this place or that place, so we can shuffle around. He's going to be on the field. That's what matters. And then pick 51, we got Jack Campbell out of Iowa. Great player, great linebacker, instant starter for us. Starter for all 4 years of his rookie deal. If not extension, I think he'll be a starter in the league for 8 years, man. Great player. Great player. Then we go to round 3, pick 83, I believe that is. And at that spot, man, kind of blanking on exactly what we did there, man, if I'm being honest. I think we got Michael Wilson at 122. Just to keep that in mind there. Michael Wilson at 122. Oh, at pick 83, we got Keanu Benton. Nose tackle was instantly going to come in there and start for us. And then we had 153 and 156. 153. I went Dorian Williams with one of these picks. I think Dorian Williams might have been 156, but he might have been 153 there. And then the other pick there was At the end, we got Juice Scruggs. Blanking on the other guy I drafted at that spot. Sorry, I'm doing this literally live reaction off the dome. For whatever reason, my computer is being a brick and not loading this. See if we can hit refresh here. Yeah, it just would reset the whole deal. So sorry about that, y'all. But keep those names in fresh in your mind, man. And we will actually keep this going. And I will just show you guys what I'm saying here. Again, good draft. Hit a bunch of needs. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Sorry, it's a little scrappy there at the end. We couldn't get it to load up, but let me know your thoughts in the comments of any players you thought I missed on, any players you wish I drafted or didn't draft. Again, there's a lot of discussion of this or that and during the draft itself while it's going through. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe, please, if you enjoyed the content whatsoever, man. We're just trying to build something here, and I'm trying to give you guys some new ideas about what I think the Hawks should do, man. So have a great day. Peace.